Okay, I had my water boiling, and what I did is I just took a pot that the bowl won't fit all the way down and sit on the bottom in. And so I just filled it with enough water that when I sit it in there, it's touching the bottom, but it won't rise up and flow out of the pot or get in the bowl. So I have it boiling. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just turn it off. And I'm going to leave it on the eye, but I'm just going to sit this down in there. And let that sit there until till probably 30 minutes. And I'll kind of let you know how long that is, but long enough for it to melt. And if you need to continue, if you need to, and I probably need some more water in there, I'm thinking. If you need to stir to get some clumps or something, by all means, go ahead and stir and see I put too much water in that time. Okay. Okay. Put it back on the burner. And the reason I'm going to put it back on the burner is because I'm leaving and I want it to stay really warm. But it's turned off, so it's not going to boil. But I'm going to leave it there like that. Let you kind of see how we're looking. And I'll bring you back in probably about 30 minutes. Okay, I'm back. All of this is almost dissolved. There's a little bit of beeswax floating. It's not much. But I was going to try to see if I can get it to dissolve without turning it back on. And if I was home, I could have kind of stirred it a little in between, but I wasn't. So, but see, it's melting. So I'm just going to kind of keep working it. And this is just a chopstick. If you go to the Chinese restaurant or the Japanese restaurant, anyway, anywhere they have chopsticks, bring them home. Okay, there it goes. That's it. So now there's none in there. Everything's dissolved. And what I'll do is just save this and I'll use it again. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually take this bowl and I'm going to actually put it in the refrigerator and just let it cool down some. And I'm going to leave it in there about 15 minutes and then I'm going to bring you back and let you see what it looks like. Okay, I took the mixture out. You can see it's changing colors. I'm hoping you can kind of see that. Let me turn the light on. You see it's not really clear anymore. It's getting a little look about it, so lets me know that it's starting to set up and the pot's not, it's a little warm but not warm as hot as it was. Just going to give it a quick stir. And then I'm going to place it back in the refrigerator for 10 more minutes. Okay, I'm back again. This is the Shea body butter. It's not, I haven't whipped it yet, but it's getting there. You have to let it get to a certain consistency before you start whipping it. So you can see it's turning colors. Okay, so I just kind of stir it, and it's still not quite ready. You'll tell that it's ready when it starts like forming a rim on the bowl, and it stays that way. Right now it's still fluid, so I know that it's not ready. So I'm going to, and it's probably been 20 minutes because I had company come in. Somebody brought me some bags to embroider, so I had to stop. But I'm going to let it stay in the refrigerator about 15 more minutes. Okay, I let it stay in there quite a little bit longer, but anyway, it started getting real thick around the edges, and you can see it's kind of getting a little gloppy. And you want to take a spatula and kind of just stir it around to get the coldness off of the bowl and back in there. I'm going to try it. It might not be quite ready, but I'm going to try it. The family's home, so it makes it a little bit harder to do videos and talk. So I came in the sewing room and we're going to see how it works. Let's kind of see what it does. And I might want to let it just sit in here a little bit longer, because when I took it out, I let it sit in here. So I think I'm going to let it sit. I'm not going to put it back in the refrigerator. I could, but I'm not. I have some other things to do, so I'm just going to kind of let it sit right there. And you can see that it's kind of has a real milky look to it. It has a little bit of a thickness, but not really. So I know that it's almost ready. So I'm gonna try to keep it all down in there, and I will bring you back. Okay, we're gonna give this a try again. I'm gonna put this down in there and have a go at it and see how it does. And I let it sit there probably about 15 minutes while I finished up some laundry detergent. And it still might need to sit some more, we'll see. I might need to let it sit a little bit longer. Kind of pull it up to see. Yeah. I think I will let it sit a little more. Or better yet, I might go just stick it back in the refrigerator because I'm tired of waiting. I'm ready to get this over with. I need to get these in the containers and get it ready to ship out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this out, and what I'm going to do is sit that under there so that if any drips, it drips down on top of it. And I'm going to take this and just put it back in the refrigerator for about 15 minutes. Alright, we're back again. This time it is a little thicker, starting to get like globs. It's getting creamy. So I'm just going to stir everything away from the edge of the pot. Or the bowl. I keep calling this a pot. I'm tired. Sorry. Alright, so now we're going to just give this a go and let's see how it does. I still think it's too liquid. I'm just trying to rush this too much. So, I'm going to put it back in the refrigerator. And this time I'm going to let it get really stiff. Just trying to hurry. And sometimes hurry doesn't help. So what I'm going to do is put it back in, and I think I'm going to go ahead and call the lady and see if she wanted, and it does look thicker, but it's just not thick enough. But I'm going to see if she wanted the 4-ounce container, which ends up being 2 ounces, or if she wants the I think it's the 6-ounce. I'm not sure what the ounces are. I think the 4-ounce container ends up being 2 ounces. So I don't know if I got an 8-ounce container. I'll have to go see what I bought, but I bought them. So I think I'll go call her and see what she wants me to do as far as that. So I'll be ready to pipe it into the bags, and I'm going to go ahead and get my bag ready and put this in the refrigerator first, and then I'll bring you back. Okay, I'm back. I really think this is going to work this time. We will see. It's nice and thick around the edges. I mean, it has like a really thick crust. So we're going to give it a try. What I want to do before I want to get it from around the edges. Yes, it's kind of like stuck. And that's really, I remember now, that's really how you want it. You want it where it's stuck kind of to the bowl, and you have to kind of scrape it. Part of it. Not the whole thing, but the parts of it is stuck. And you have to scrape it off. Doing that, I was going to show you how I do the labels. Print out my labels on a piece of paper and cut them out, and I put a piece of tape around them. These are my containers, and I'm going to lay it down. I'm going to show you. Lay it down on the table like this. Carefully put it on there. Now what I have learned, that I need to put the labels on before I fill them, because once you fill them, you end up getting stuff on the container, and then it doesn't look so stick. So I'll just take my hand like that, and that's how I lay them. Shea body butter. Thickening, but it's still not as thick as I want it. And I don't usually have any trouble with it thickening. So I'm just wondering if maybe I should have stirred it down and then left it again. So you can see how this is kind of trial and error. You just have to kind of play with it. and record your times. I don't usually record them. I usually, because you're busy doing the other things, and usually I usually just kind of keep checking. What I do is I go ahead and get my containers open. And I have some jars that I scooped the stuff out of them because I needed the stuff. I'm going to go ahead and just reuse those. And then this one, I scooped some of it out. I'm about ready to give up. I'll let this trip for a minute. Okay, back to the refrigerator again. Again, I put the rag under there so it's not. And I will bring you back. Okay, I left it in the refrigerator until it's nice and it's still smushy, but it's getting solid. So we're going to see how this does. Actually whipping nicely, so just need to get all of it off of this. You know what to do, right, Honor? Now go pick your clothes out. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna get a spoon and I'm gonna scrape this down off of the edges because it's got like hard. Probably left it in there a little bit too long. I don't want any of the hard stuff to be left. Okay. There we have it. And I'm going to take the spatula and just kind of go around and scrape it on there. So, learn this, make sure that you just leave it in the refrigerator enough that it's really, really slushy in the middle, but hard kind of on the outside, like a hard shell. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of push it down, and this is not going to have any fragrance. When I make the Shea body butter, it's just plain good old Shea body butter. You can add fragrance oils or essential oils if you would like. I just have it, and then I'm just going to kind of stir it around, make sure that everything incorporated, there's nothing like left, and there isn't. So you can see that this is nice and thick. And I rub it on my arm. It gives a smooth feel, feels nice. Okay, so I'm going to get what I can get off of the whisk. I just kind of bump it a little and it'll fall. Okay. Okay, so now what I do now is I'm going to take this and it is nice and whipped. Oop. Sorry. Okay, and I'm going to take the bag, and these bags here, I got these from a yard sale. I don't spend a lot of money, try not to anyway, but anytime I find them I just pick them up, because you can usually give it, sometimes they'll give it to you 10 cents for a box of them, or they'll say you can just have those. But I'm going to fold it down like this so I don't get stuff all over the bag. Okay. And what I do is I'm just going to spoon it, just kind of drop it right in. And I may have to make some more. I'm going to pay attention to how many containers this fills, so I will know. But But that's all I'm gonna, well, nah, let me go ahead and put some more in it. It's nice and whipped, creamy, fluffy. Then I just kind of, I'll bring you back some, kind of shake it down like this. Then I'm going to take the scissors, and they're over here because I'm using them for something else. And I'm just going to snip off the end of it. So it's kind of like that, and you may have to do a little bit more. And then I'm going to squeeze it down until it comes down to the end, and then I just take, I want to get where you can see me, go in the bottom, and I go around and around. I'm not trying to make a design, but I'm just trying to make sure that I fill up the entire container. And one thing I forgot is I usually weigh them. So what I do is put an empty one on there, tear it out to 0, then I weigh it to see when I have the 2 ounces. Okay, and that is a little bit more than 2 ounces. 2.1. So that's actually perfect. So it ends up looking like this. And just put the lid on it. And there you have it. The Shea body butter. And it kind of goes in like that. You can see it's just surrounding around where I added it in. And then I'm finished. I'll do another one. Sure there's nothing in this container. It's brand new, but you kind of just keep smashing down as you go. And pretty much I fill the container up on the scale, and that is exactly 2 ounces. I don't fill all the way to the top because I don't want it to, when you close the lid, I don't want it to be all over the lid. But just close it like this. And there's number 2. Oh. That's 2 ounces. So that's good. Okay, and I'm out, so I'm going to add some more. And if I have any left over, I have to have 5 of these. If I have any left over, I might add a little bit of yang yang. Maybe. And then just see how I like that. Okay. I'm gonna squeeze it up. Perfect. Exactly 2 ounces. That on there. And actually need to go get some more containers because this one has some, I don't want to mix these together. This one has one, there's nothing wrong with it, but it's just going to be a different consistency and texture since it's been sitting. So I'm going to go get a couple more containers out of the boxes. Probably 2 more containers, and that's all I'm going to have, but I'll bring you back. Okay, I'm back with 2 more. Touch the scale so it doesn't. Just gonna Perfect. 2 ounces. This one doesn't have a label on it yet, but that's okay. I'll clean it off real good. I just want to go ahead and get these in the containers. So far I have 5. I'm thinking that this is going to do 6. And the reason I use the bag versus trying to put it in here is you get it all over the container. And I don't want to get it all over the container trying to get it in the bag. And I think it's going to take all this, so I don't think I'm going to have any. Well, I could have done, since I've already got 5, I could have went ahead and done me one, but that's okay. I'll probably end up using that other one. Okay, so I'll go ahead, and this has probably got some air bubbles in it. That's okay. Okay. Actually, great. 2 ounces. Perfect. And I'll go ahead and close this one. Okay. I think I'm going to squeeze this back in. Ooh. I'm going to add this back in. I don't like having to do that, but what I did is I needed some, I really don't remember why, but anyway, I needed some, so I took it out of this container and put it in the other one. I can't remember why I did that. If I put it in a different container, I gave some as teacher gifts. So what I want to do is just mix those two together. Just gonna kind of put it on my arm. Feels really good. And I'm gonna put this back on. I am going to try to find my yin yang. There we go. And I'm just going to put a couple of drops. I don't want anything that's going to be strong. Just going to put maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Plenty. I don't want something too strong. What I'm going to do is turn this back on. Give it a chance to mix together, those two together. I'm going to push it down. I really can't smell the yang yang, so I think I might want to put some more in it. That's interesting. About 10 drops. And turn it back on again. Take this off. I usually just beat it a little bit. And kind of do the same thing. I'm gonna put it like this. Then I'm going to put it in the container. Anyway, this is Shawn Woodell from Heavenly Soaps and Such. Thanks for watching. If you'd like some Shea body butter, please let me know. www.facebook.com/Heavenly Soaps and Such. Thanks for watching. Have a blessed day. Shh. Okay, I wanted to quickly show you how this set up. It was a little, not runny, but a little softer than, and I was thinking, oh, I don't know how that's going to work. But and this is mine. But if you notice, it's not real runny. I mean, it's not, but it is soft, but it's stiff. I'm videotaping, and you can put a little bit and rub it into your hands, and it rubs right in. Now, it does have a little bit of a greasy feel to begin with. Wait a second. But then after that, it's really small. It'll soak right in. And this one has the yang yang smell. Get a little bit, just a little. Okay, rub it in your hands. You like Mommy's Shea body butter? You like Mommy's lotion? You do? Okay. Alright, but anyway, that's the Shea body butter. I have customers that enjoy it. I hope you like it, and let me know if you have any questions or comments. Please watch the ads. It helps me out. And thanks for watching. And this is Shawn Woodell from Heavenly Soaps and Such. And I will see you next time.